And looky there, look at the, it's already trashed. Trash. I gotta go walk way over here. Oh my gosh, we're leaving now. It's already like what time is it? I don't even know. Are you going nutty yet with me? You going nutty? 8:15. I got up at 6:30. And look at the Bronco. Look how nice that is. So we're gonna meet up at Panera's, get breakfast. I gotta get fuel, and then we get the trailer. It just doesn't end. And did the guys block me in with the truck, their equipment? Probably. Yeah. Did I find my key? Nope. Oh well. Such is life. Challenging, as always. But here's the thing. Last night, or yesterday, I hung out in the pool all afternoon just to enjoy my last day here. And I meet the most interesting people in the pool. And not a lot of people go there, but for the most part, I meet really cool people. Last night, I met a unique couple, and it was very interesting to hear their views of what's going on, but it's pretty much the same story. They see what's going on. Even though they may not be the same party affiliation as me, but for them, they see what's going on. All right, and here it goes. The never-ending noise. Got my glasses in here to have everything. And that's the thing, once you go on vacation and you leave, and then you realize you left your keys. I only wish I would find my key in this truck right now. And I'd be so much happier, the guy. But oh well, the good news is, truck's nice and clean, so that paid off. And the irony is, last night, the security young kid came up, literally when I was here wiping my truck down, and literally I thought, oh, here we go. Here we go with the security kid, young guys, and say, hey, sir, you can't park your truck. That's kind of an open space for people to have guests or go to the pool. And I truly thought the young kid, he got out of his truck and he started walking my way. He was actually going to the pool to check the gate to make sure it was locked. But sincerely, I truly thought, I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go. Young kids in the car going, sir, do you plan on leaving this truck overnight or something? But oh my God. Be like, dude, we're leaving tomorrow morning. And for me, this truck has just been trashed by sitting here. And one last look at my parents' house. And it's challenging for me because how much longer does this last for my parents? I mean, anybody here that has older parents, it's just limited time. It's limited time. I mean, a year from now, am I down here in the same environment? And believe it or not, my dad really got on a mission of buying a house up the road here for my brothers, which would have been an ideal house. It was such a big piece of property. And this is back, if you watch my channel, you'll remember that I talked about having to get rid of my Gold Rush Challenger in order for maybe him to qualify, because whether you realize it or not, that Gold Challenger, if you watch my channel, you'll know that I sold that Gold Rush Challenger because the interest rates for the Carvana at like 30%. It was so stupid. But my goal was to refinance it, and the only way I was able to refinance it was I had to go through my dad's. My dad has that car in his name, but we got like a 9.9 or 10% rate on it. So that was huge. But the point of that is, for him to qualify to buy a house, I'd have to sell that car. And if you watch my channel, you'll remember that conversation. So, but then what kind of started to play out was, it would require my dad to sell his house, my brother to sell his house, and then my brother would have will money tied up in the house they bought, and then they'd have to put a contract on the house on conditions of them selling their houses. There were just so many things kind of going on, and my mother just was even not in just really bad health. And I'm just thinking, I don't know how you guys really think that my mother can be moved at this point. Somebody like, yeah, I mean, I think she could have, but it's just going to be very challenging to do all that. And there's so many variables. And then my biggest concern was my brother. I was like, my brother, this is like a $700,000 home. And, he's going to bring maybe $350 to the table, maybe $400, best case scenario. And then my dad's going to maybe bring to the table 200. I would say 200 probably. Maybe, yeah, I'd say 200. So between the two of them, I think you'd have to just say to yourself, they're going to bring 600 grand to the table. So I just told my dad that, okay, now you're going to have a new mortgage on the home, which would be 200 grand. But the challenge is there's now conservative 200 grand of will money that's, tied up in the estate. And my brother's going to then have to be part of all that should my parents die. But it was even more crazy than that the numbers, when we kind of ran them, I think it was more to be like $300,000, a mortgage of 300 grand. And for my brother, he doesn't have the income to take that. And I guess anybody watch my channel is like, well, what's this all about? Well, I just told you that this area back here just doesn't accommodate me coming down here. It's a pain in the ass. It's a constant challenge. So at the end of the day, would that have been a pretty cool arrangement? It would be. But I just always felt like my brother doesn't really make much money at all. So my concern was, okay, upon my parents passing, my brother's gonna have to go get 100 grand, 200 grand, money to buy everybody out. I know. And in my life, if I really felt it was the right thing to do, I probably would have done it. But I just had reservations because the first thing my brother wanted to do was to build a brand new shop next to it to accommodate his lifestyle, having a nice big shop and garage. And as well as I do, you can just factor that to easy $100,000. So anyways, that's the conversation. The road for our trip up the road. Now look at that. So this light is so long that my dad and daughter actually are just now getting through it. And do I get through it? Debatable. And so they're going to go to Panera. I'm going to put an order at Panera, get breakfast. I'm going to go up the road and spend some money and get some fuel. And so today's adventure will be very interesting on what this thing does on fuel economy. Wonder what most people will be saying. For this vehicle here, what do you think towing that trailer is going to be? 9 or 10? I'll say it'll be 10. So in so many ways, it may be double the amount of fuel economy from that power boost. And this has a much bigger tank, so I shouldn't be stopping every 120, 150 yards. Years ago, pulled right out, just like, dude. Yeah, dude. So there goes popcorn and my daughter into the Panera. My dad goes to that Starbucks coffee every day of his life. Every day. And he does the drive-thru. I'm not lying to you. Every day. That's his routine in the morning. And it's interesting now that I'm down here, and I've been down here since July of last year. It's just interesting to see how things have changed. And we'll do a U-turn. It's like this guy right here just did a U-turn in front of me. It is just so dangerous down here. It's so bad. And the traffic down here is getting to be every bit as bad, and in some ways worse than that DC, Virginia, Maryland area. Because every other brother's moving down here. This is one of the top 5 places in the country people are moving to. Tampa, Florida. And until people get down here, I think people are clueless. Once you get down here, the summers are brutal because it's humid. It's a swelter you don't get the break. If you're a northerner, you get those cool nights. You get those change of weather. Here in Florida, once the warm season hits, which usually is late April into May, it's 80s to 90s, but that isn't it. It's the humidity. So it's always humid out. And I mean, you're talking 2 in the morning, it can be 88 degrees out and humid as hell. And in the middle of the day, we only hit 94, 96 down here, but it's so humid. You're gasping for breath. So a lot of people move down here, but I think they get a taste of the never-ending stop of the hot, humid weather. And I really believe a lot of people are just like, you know what? I don't like it down here. I'm leaving. I truly believe that happens to a lot of people. I mean, it's a known fact that in some ways, every bit as many people moving into Florida or every bit as many people moving out. And that's those people I talked about in my channel each morning that were next door, that were the troublemakers, the tattletales. They moved further back. They moved up to South Carolina. You know, I think there are a lot of reasons. Now here's Thornton diesel. So diesel on here is $3.99, so $4 a gallon. Barrel of oil going back up. What's going on? That's the world markets are trying to force the energy, get the fuel to start being expensive again. So how do I do this, right? So this truck here is so cool with this truck. Watch how this truck turns around. Like, I mean, I don't think even my regular truck would do this. Look at this here. Look what I just did. Did you see that? That's beyond believable. Huh. I mean, sincerely, who can do that? All right, time to get fuel.